If you and your partner broke up, would you want to know if it's because they met someone else? A woman says, my husband and I are getting a divorce and we're still living together until I can afford to move out. There's part of me that really wants to know if it's because he met someone else. I know I shouldn't, but I still know the password to his phone. Is it better to know or not? So, of course, she could ask him, I'm sure, but would you want to hear that from your significant other? And if you don't get a straight answer from him, if he says, look, I don't want to say anything, you could always check his phone. But if your whole idea is that you want to check his phone, maybe that's part of the reason why things didn't work out to begin with. I don't know. But what do you think?
Ignorance is bliss. I think in the end, unless you're going to have an honest conversation, I wouldn't check the phone.
And why do you say that?
I just think that that's crossing over the line. You know, if you want to know if you've had a relationship in the past, then you could definitely ask, and hopefully he would be honest with you. But I think you going behind his back into a phone is not the right way to go about things, especially if you want to continue living in peaceful harmony for however long that needs to be.
Angie in Rotterdam Junction, what do you think?
Well, I'm actually in the situation. And we were married for 20 years, 15 years. I had a gut feeling that he was cheating on me. And it ended up for 15 years, he was cheating on me. I knew it in my heart, and she knows it too. There's no doubt if she's questioning it, then she already knows the answer. And all she's going to do is punish herself by getting the confirmation. She doesn't need the confirmation. She needs to be able to lift herself up, be proud in the person that she is now, and move forward and leave him in the dirt. Because that's what he is. He's a piece of dirt.
Because all you're going to do by knowing who the other person is and everything is you're going to start wondering why you weren't good enough. And you're going to start going down that mentality as opposed to thinking, look, this is done. This is my past. It's time for me to move on and start fresh.
Exactly. And just rake him over the coals when you're in court.
There you go.
The positive thing is she gets to start a new chapter in her life. She gets to build herself back up, being better and stronger than she ever was. And that's all she needs to focus on is herself.
Ona in Albany, what would you do?
I'd probably ask him now because I would want to know right now.
Jennifer in Cahoes, what do you think?
I mean, there must be something they're putting down on the divorce papers, but I would want to know because if he was having an affair, then she should take him to the cleaners in divorce court.
And if for some reason it's not because of that, if he really wasn't seeing somebody on the side, or if it wasn't because he met someone else, then he'd be more likely to go 50-50 when it comes to everything.
Exactly. I would ask directly, give him a chance to be honest, but if he's not, even more motive to take him for everything.
Lisa in Boston Spa, what would you do?
I don't think I'd go through the phone, and I don't think I'd want to know. I'd want to know, like, how long have you been living there in this situation, and how long do you expect it to last? Because I really think whether she recognizes it or not, has a hope for some kind of a reconciliation.
Yeah, and you're thinking possibly the reason why she wants to know is almost as a reassurance that he hasn't met anybody else, because she might have that little bit of hope that they can reconcile things.
Yeah, that's a possibility. The right thing to do would be not look in the phone, and what difference does it make if she knows or not? I mean, what is it going to do for her? So get out immediately, move on with your life.
Take a look at what you had to say up on Facebook. Lindsay says, leave it alone. If the marriage is done, it's done. You'll find out soon enough on how fast the rebound chick comes along. Just focus on yourself, sweetie. Sherry says, I'd straight out ask after I mentally prepared myself for the worst. I'd want to know every gory detail so I could marinate in it, wade through it, experience the emotions, and begin to heal and move on. And sometimes that's the best thing you can do is just rip the Band-Aid off. And finally, Lisa says, first of all, communication is key to a relationship, and you're getting a divorce and you don't know if he's seeing someone else? No wonder divorce is in your future. Stay off his phone. Odds are the answer is he is. So what do you think? Is it better to know, or would you rather just leave it a mystery? Let us know by leaving a message below. Hit like if you thought this video was interesting, and subscribe for new ones every Monday through Thursday. And in the meantime, connect me on social media at OnAirPete. I post a bunch of photos of my quirky Lily and a bunch of spicy memes too.